Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today we're speaking to FB of EPAM. And we're going to talk about kind of the buzzword of the past 2 years in banking, which is omni-channel, which is kind of to be all things to all customers on any channel. But, you know, it gets bandied around a lot, but I really want to know, what does that mean in a practical sense? I mean, can banks be all things to all people on all channels in banking?
I mean, omnichannel is really at retail expression, right? And originally it was really conned towards providing the same service across all the channeling, all the buying experience or shopping experiences. Now, applying this to financial services or to banking it's a stretch, I would say so, because in financial services or banking, you have really all kinds of old channels. You have the branches, you have the ATMs, which is a channel, you have the voice, and everybody's familiar sitting on a call and navigating the voice menu. Then you have the mobile phones, the web, you have the tablets, you have the TV itself, and you also have the emerging payment methods or applications, right? All of these are omnichannel.
So it's almost like banking has more channels than the retail world.
It does, it does. And banking not just have more channels, but it actually not just provides shopping, right? You can do much more than just buy something or sell something or look at the products. You're doing a lot of things. So really just saying that I provide an omnichannel experience for banking, it's a stretch, I think. Because you cannot really expect that I provide all the services which is possible I can provide on a mobile phone or on a tablet, on a browser, and then at the same time I go into a branch, and in the branch I talk with a teller, and the teller can tell me about very complex financial instruments or very complex portfolios or very financial products which I can buy or I can sell. It's not really realistic, I would say so. So what is, I think, should be more realistic is the omni-channel needs to fit the financial industry, it needs to fit the banking. So you need to adapt what you offer for a mobile or a tablet or what you offer on an ATM. What you need to provide seamless moving between channels. You might not be able to access all the services, but you are able to interact with your services. A good example would be, you might be able to buy or sell something using your mobile phone, but let's say create a complex position, it may be only possible with a tablet or with a browser, which is, I think, it's more realistic and more real life as of today.
So it's a lot more than just providing the same experience in every channel, but making sure that journey through each channel is seamless.
I think you can actually come up with journeys, or today, whereas you do have journeys which crossing boundaries. You can receive a call from a financial advisor, which you reconfirm in SMS. Then when you take you pick up your iPad, and your iPad you look at the position, and when you get home you finish the transaction on your browser. So it is an omni-channel experience. You are navigating across multiple channels, but the experience itself, how it looks, how much access I have to the actual service, it varies fitting the device. It's a big mistake to expose everything for, let's say, to a mobile phone, because the size of the screen or the size of the real estate and the way you're going to use it has to be different, has to fit the channel and has to fit the device itself.
Now, I know it's really cool to talk about digital and talk about mobile channels, but whenever people mention omni-channel in banking, in my mind, I really think about all the services banks have to offer customers, even the uncool ones,
Yes.
you know, the high street branch,
Sure.
the checks, those types of channels. So, but how much of a demand is there for these traditional banking channels right now?
Right now, there is a lot. Okay, let's step back. I think as the population who are used to use these traditional channels are aging, and there's a younger generation coming up, those channels will be much less used, and the younger generation are going to use the more digital channels, or they're going to turn into everything which is not in an app doesn't exist kind of thinking. But older generations are still really comfortable only if they go into a branch, or if they go in and I'm not sure about the check, but let's say
I think everyone wants that to die
I
out
think
soon.
everyone wants that one to go, but they are more comfortable that they call somebody up over the phone than transact with the bank itself using a mobile or a device or a tablet itself. On the same time, I think a lot of things are changing in a way that.
Because I wanted to move on, because I mean, you know, you mentioned this aging population, and there are certain people that are more comfortable going into a branch. Not to be stereotypical, they tend to be people who are older. But I mean, is it possible then for banks to take these traditional channels and innovate them and have them grow and maybe pull in a younger customer base?
Depends what you offer in a branch. I think in a branch needs to change, right? And what you offer in a branch also have to change. So the expectation is no longer that I go to a branch to execute a transaction. I'm not going there to talk with a teller or a clerk to enter something to a computer, because I can do that at home, right? I'm going there to get expert advice. And the way I like to explain it is that it's like the Genius Bar in an Apple shop, right? You go into go to this place. It's a retail experience. You go up to somebody there who helps me to accomplish something which I'm not able to accomplish. Not by calling somebody else, not by referring or scheduling an appointment with a financial advisor, but the financial advisor is being there in the shop behind the desk. I go up with my portfolio in my hand, which is probably on my tablet, show it to him, and together we work out.
It's like a personal shopper for banks.
It's a personal shopper. Or personal, I think the financial advisor is no longer really relevant in this context, but really it's a personal shopper. It's a better expression, probably. I call it like the Genius Bar of banking, but I don't know. I think it's a trademarked expression, I think, by Apple today.
Okay, banks can't steal that then.
Banks can't steal that. But to stepping back from his, there's one more aspect which the regulation do have to change to allow this. I think in certain countries, branches are still a requirement in order to get a banking license.
There are a number of regulations that require branches to exist.
Absolutely. And without branches, you cannot really operate. It's very difficult to operate today.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I'm gonna stop you there, but it's a very interesting conversation. Thanks again.
Thank you much.